Welcome to DS Trucks. If you are in the market for floor liners and you've looked at Husky floor liners, watch this video before you buy them. So here's our 2020 F450, and we have been putting Husky floor liners to the test. Now this is the first video that we put floor liners to the test. We put a set of WeatherTech floor liners to the test in a very similar environment, and we have results. We saw the wear, we saw the curling on the ends with the WeatherTechs, and then after that we decided to switch over to Husky liner and see what kind of results we would get. Now we put the weather beater Husky liners in our other work truck. We ran it for a year and we saw the results and it was impressive. But this time around in our daily driver, our work truck, our personal truck, we went with a different Husky product. We went with the Husky liner Exact Contour floor liners. Now when I got these liners, I was kind of curious to how they hold up, because they are a very soft compound compared to the Husky weather beaters. Now I will say the weather beaters were phenomenal. That's what we have in our F250 work truck. They don't show wear. The weather beaters don't show wear. The Exact Contours, I don't know. So this is how they look right now. This is the condition that they're in. They've been run all winter. They're really dirty, and we're gonna go ahead and wash them off and see how they look. Now, like I said, we did this with the WeatherTech. Now this testing is a little bit extreme, and you know, in the WeatherTechs didn't fare well, but 90% of people who have the WeatherTechs have no issues. But for those extreme people, not that the WeatherTechs won't protect, they will absolutely protect, but they will show a little bit of wear. Nothing against the WeatherTechs, but it's just going through the process of testing all these floor liners. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash these off. Obviously the driver's side's the dirtiest. Here in the back, it doesn't get as much use. Still dirty, still worn. Well, we don't know if it's going to be worn out, but still pretty dirty. We'll go ahead and wash all these off. And what I'm going to be really curious to see is how they look once they're clean. Now let's take a look over at the passenger side and see how this side looks, because this would be the side that sees a good amount of use but not a ton. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this to the car wash and wash off these floor mats and see how they look. Anyway, let's get to the car wash. Let's get them sprayed off and see how they look. All right guys, so we are here at the car wash, and it's going to be interesting to see how much protection did the floor mats actually provide. So we're going to go ahead and lift up the floor mats, and we're going to go ahead and see how good the protection has been underneath. So let's go ahead and pop this up, because you know, I don't want to kick up all the dirt, but let's see like what's under there one-handed. There we go. All right, so how's the carpet gonna look? How was the protection? Like I said, this is extreme conditions. So sliding it out, there we go. All the dust and dirt falling to the ground. Let's put this over here, and here we go. Here we have it. Now let me see if I can get some light down here. All right, so here's how it looks. Now over here by the foot, there is some salt creeping by right there, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Good protection, about as good as it gets. Definitely better than the OEM rubber mats that you can get, but I don't know if the WeatherTechs are better or not, you know. But anyway, let's go ahead and rinse these off and see the condition of the floor mats. All right guys, I am back home from the car wash, and I did go ahead and wash the whole truck. Really just rinse it off. I haven't really had time to wash the whole truck, but taking a look here at the floor liners, guys, they look pretty good. Now, what I noticed with the WeatherTechs is after a year of plowing snow, the surface of the WeatherTechs were just worn down. Like there was some peeling, and the layers, you could kind of see like a layer of plastic coming off. But I am happy to report that the Husky liners do not show the same wear. that the WeatherTechs showed. Now, as far as cleaning is concerned, I did use the foam brush on these, and I sprayed them down twice. There is a little bit of scratching on this plastic Husky sign, but nothing significant, and it is a little bit difficult for the dust or dirt to come out of the pores. But if I really got into it more in cleaning, they would come out cleaner. It's just not that big a deal for me to get it that clean. But overall, I am impressed. Let's take a quick look at the back. Quick look here at the back, and yeah, good enough, clean enough if I really wanted it to be cleaner. But the surface, the textured surface, seems to hold some deep dirt or whatever. Not a huge deal, but yeah, pretty good, guys. Let's take a quick look at the passenger side. All right, guys, here we are on the passenger side, and it turned out real nice because it doesn't see the same use as the driver's side, but less dirt, easier to clean, less scratching here on the Husky sign. But overall, turned out real nice, and I am impressed with how the Huskies are holding up. So while we are here and I'm at home, let me shoot in the backyard and show you guys the new Husky liners that we have in our 2019 F250. All right, so coming back here to the 250, let's see what we got in here. Another plow truck. All right, so these ones are dirty. Now, what I really noticed with going to Husky after coming from WeatherTech. Now, I say new, these are newer. They have a couple seasons on them. But when you clean these off, because of the material or whatever that they use, they aren't wearing out. Now with the WeatherTechs, I had a lot of wear in this area. Again, still a good product. The WeatherTechs were still a good product, but a Husky, in my opinion, just outperforms the WeatherTechs. That doesn't mean that you've got to throw away your WeatherTechs right now and all that, but it just performs a little bit better. One thing about these Huskies that are way better than the WeatherTechs is, particularly with the weather beaters, I believe that's what these are called, is the edge here and all the rigidity of the edge and the stamping along the edge. If you look real close, they put extra stamping here in the edge, and it's just not curling up like the WeatherTechs curled up. So definitely happy. And when you have a bench style seat in the front, they have the option to have a 3-piece setup, whereas the WeatherTechs were a 1-piece setup. The 1-piece setup was cool as far as protection, but this protects just as well. It has a center piece that comes out. It's a separate piece. But if I'm gonna clean these floor mats, it's gonna be way more difficult for me to clean a full 1-piece than it is for me to clean this one that just goes across and is in 3 sections versus the one that's 1 full piece. So Husky for the win. For a work truck, go with the Husky liner weather beaters. Now, that being said, the WeatherTechs or whatever brand, they're still typically going to be okay. They're not going to be an issue. They are, at the end of the day, they are floor mats. Your feet are on them, so if it wears the surface a little bit, it's not a big deal. It's not like the WeatherTechs wore an actual hole through. I mean, eventually it would have over the course of years and years and years and years, but they're still good. Still a good product. They have tons of great products, but for me, in the pursuit of finding the best product, I have to say Husky floor liners are a little better than the WeatherTech floor liners. But definitely, if you're in the market for floor liners, look at Husky. You can trust that Husky makes a great product. But anyway, that's it for the video. This is DS Trucks. Thank you for watching. My name's Sean. See you in the next video.